Daddy, you want to hang with your friends. You know, you don't want to be with mom and dad anymore. You start to lose them when they get. But the most important thing that I think is get them in a good Bible study.
Okay.
I think that'll help. I think as long as God is in it, you're not gonna have any problems.
And then because they do change, it's a cycle of life. It's normal and it's okay. But just continue to communicate with her. Even if it seems like she's not listening, remember she is, because you're planting those seeds. Because they may get to a point where they kind of stray. She's going to start liking boys. You know, we got to be real. That's the problem. She's going to start liking boys. It's just, but it's real and it's okay, because we're supposed to like the opposite sex.
That's right.
But you have to continue to tell her, you know, your body is precious. It's your temple. I know some of the other little girls may be doing this, but that's not who you're being raised to be. So just continue to speak into her life. Even when you see her pulling back, just know that she's listening.
Keep her busy.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Good question.
Good question.
All right. Trinette, I'm sorry. You
I
have
was
something
thinking, it depends. You know, all my life I've had to be competitive in a good way. Softball, dance girl, dance team, chorus. I had to audition and compete against all these girls, you know? And then, I mean, high school, you not only compete on dancing, but if your mom or dad has the money for the uniforms and camps. So we're constantly in competition. Then we get out into the real world, and we got to compete in the office, or you're competing against Oprah. I mean, it's nonstop, but it doesn't have to be. That's why I like guys. They can tackle each other and slap each other on the butt. Good tackle, man. But we'll be ready to fight. So I'll compete. Like if we have to go audition right now for whatever, acting. I mean, I'm going to go there and I'm going to give my best shot. If I don't get it, I'll still be happy for Jael. I'll still be happy for Shay. You know, but a lot of us take it to a deeper level of hate.
And that's because we're so emotional.
We couldn't play football because we'd be fighting on the field.
That's true.
We can't tackle because I'm going to tackle you.
But that's what we need to do, though. We need to start taking a little advice from men, I think. You know, I mean, I know when I go to church, I see the guys say to my husband, "Oh, you look nice, great suit." And that's it. You know, they might give them dap or whatever and keep it moving. Us, when a new woman walks into church, we're looking up and down. I mean, it's crazy, but for the women that are watching, learn to say to the sister, "You know what, you look so great," and keep it moving. That's it. Shay, we were going to talk about hate. Tell me your experiences with hate with other women.
Yeah, well, just listening to you ladies talk, it actually made me realize that I've experienced something a little different. Normally, like in person, people are pretty nice. But I guess I experienced something that's more of, it's not as blatant. So in other words, emails or gossip sites and stuff like that. Stuff that you don't even think would could possibly happen. But for someone to post something like negative about you. And with that situation, you don't know if it's a black woman, if it's a Mexican woman, a Chinese woman. All you know is their negative comments posted about you. My thing is, I honestly and firmly believe that you can learn something from everybody. So just like I'm sitting up here with you guys, whatever is good about you, it would be smart of me to take that good thing from you and try to incorporate it into myself.
That's
to
right.
try to make myself better.
That's right.
Unfortunately, not everybody does that. But yeah, there are just as many women that do hate. There are like the positive ones too. You know, so we have to definitely give credit to them as well. Not everybody hates, but stay in your lane. Like, that's the only advice I could ever give you.
That's
Whatever
good.
you're
Stay
good
in your
at,
lane.
whatever your forte is, stay in your lane. And hopefully somebody can learn from you. You can learn from somebody else.
And you're
just
right.
keep it moving.
And I want to underline what Jael said, or you said, where it's not just black women. Because I could be in an office. I like to dress. And moving here, especially in the South, I mean, the white women look at me too, and why you wear? You know, they do the same. It depends. It's just something that women have with each other, and it is refreshing when you do meet somebody that actually says, "Oh, nice shoes," or this and that, and it's almost shocking sometimes because it's so rare, you know. So it's not just black women; it's women.
I agree.
And I think you said, you know, the last time that we know that it's all women that do that, but because we're black women,
right. That's what
we're just talking about each other. But yes,
that's right.
all cultures go through the same thing.
They do. They do.
Yeah.
They do.
Exactly.
But we still got to get better. I understand that. But we got to do better. And like you said, we have to stay. Most people don't understand how to stay in their own lane. And that's the problem. We want to be in everybody's lane.
Right.
But I guess the biggest thing that I want to talk about now is the disrespect when it comes to our men. That's what bothers me. And it's like I look at television every day. I'm looking at Sandra Bernard. What's her name? Sandra Bullock. That everybody's talking about. You know, she's America's sweetheart. And it's getting to the point that, okay, her husband, we talked about this a few moments ago. We all know who she is. We know who her husband is. Respect that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's getting to the point that I was watching, you know how you turn the channels, I think they got Maury show.
Yeah,
and his show to me is just the most negative. But it's like these women were sisters and they're fist fighting. I think the mother slept with the sister's husband. And it's just getting out of control. I mean, it's like we're telling people to learn to love each other and respect each other. But if you got your mom sleeping with your husband, I mean, I just don't understand why it's just gotten so out of control that we just can't respect one another.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, we didn't do stuff like this. People keep telling me it went on and we didn't talk about it, but I just don't remember being little and hearing about somebody's aunt or their sister sleeping with somebody's uncle. I mean, it's just crazy.
Well, we live in a real immoral society, and when you turn your back on light, only darkness can prevail.
Yeah.
Also, people, we're living in a me, me.
Yeah.
I'm doing me. And I don't care about your feelings. Who cares? That's your husband. Who cares about your house? I don't care about your house. I'm doing me. So if it's a matter of me getting something from your husband, whatever it is, because one mistress stupidly told the press that she asked Tiger for money. He said he couldn't help her. So that just showed how little he thought of her.
Yeah.
But everybody is in it for themselves, what I can do, what I can get. And look at the shows, reality TV shows. It's all about me. I'm going to get the man, and I'm going to stab you in the back and do whatever I can do to get what I get. If it's 2 minutes of camera time, if it's a dinner, if it's a pair of shoes, a plane trip somewhere, people are just for themselves. They don't care about their fellow person.
But I also want women that are watching today. I think Tiki Barber, there's some guy out there.
Oh my God.
His wife is pregnant. I'm about
With
to deliver
twins.
any day with twins,
With twins.
and he's
bouncing.
he's sleeping with the nanny. And I guess I'm starting to hear women say every day, especially at work, "Oh God, I can't. When I get married, I can't have anyone around my husband." Let me tell you something. If you're with a man and you don't feel that you can have anyone around him, then guess what? You got the wrong man. You got the wrong man. So I think that's something that we need to start talking about also.
Also, Garcelle, what's her last name? Garcelle Beveau, her
What happened
husband.
with her? Okay.
Oh, please. Her husband stepped out.
Yeah.
But you know what? Like you said, and I don't want to sound, I'm a very spiritual person. And if you don't answer to anybody, if I just had to answer to Trinetta, Trinetta be doing anything. I'm not gonna
But you
lie.
know what? It all boils down to, at the end of the day, value and self.
Exactly.
Let me tell you something. I'm not about to be anybody's mistress, side chick. I'm nobody's
Jump off.
Second
I'm no
string.
jump off. I'm no cut buddy. Whatever y'all calling it. I'm not. That's not who I am.
That's right.
And because I know that, and I know that I'm worth more than being somebody's side chick, I'm not going to sleep with somebody's husband. Because first of all, you reap what you sow.
You do.
At the end of the day, you can play all these games, but you are going to reap what you sow. I know this lady, and she's an older lady, so I felt like she could mentor me. Well, she got married to this man. He has a lot of money. They have this big, beautiful mansion. So, on the outside, you may think everything is okay. But then come to find out, when she met him, he was already married. Okay. She was young. They're like 10, I don't know how many years apart. She met him, he was married. Was sleeping with him, he left his wife for her. Okay, so they got married. Now it's not working. But what did you expect?
That's right.
Even though it may be 10 years later or however many years later, you can't do that and think it's gonna work.
You reap what you sow.
Yes.
You reap what you sow.
So you know who you are. Ladies, you should not be the side chick, jump off. No, care more about yourself and value yourself more to know that you deserve your own.
But you know what? And I think you went to that. She's right. I think you went to that show where they're now. I'm just talking about black woman can't find a black man. And I tell people I know, why are you limiting yourself?
That's right.
Our men don't limit themselves. I mean, love has no color.
That's right.
And if we look at a lot of our families, they're not all the same color.
No.
Look at
we're all
that.
mixtures in our
Right.
families.
Yeah.
So, I tell her you're limiting yourself, and you got to get in where you fit in.
Right.
If you have a certain type of man coming up to you, hey, go out. You never know. But if you keep turning them down, I just want this type of man, I just want that type of man, just black, black, you're limiting yourself. So that with these new shows coming up and discussions and talking about Steve Harvey, the relationship expert when he's going on his third marriage, whatever expert, whatever. But it's like, I think a lot of women are starting